How To with your host, Shayna Consiglio.
Hi, my name is Shayna, and today I'm going to show you how to make a fresh and simple garden bruschetta. I'm going to go through a breakdown of the ingredients needed to make this garden bruschetta. First thing, fresh mozzarella. Then we have some fresh Parmesan cheese, sun-dried tomatoes in an olive oil and garlic base, extra virgin olive oil, fresh basil, and saison complete with salt and pepper mixed in. Next, we're going to go into the ingredients that you're going to be using from the garden. We're going to have a variety of garden peppers. Then we're going to have the Campari tomatoes, or the Campari. Not really sure how it's exactly supposed to be pronounced, but anyway you slice it, you say tomato, I say tomato. We're also going to be using shallots. Shallots have a much more mild taste than raw onions, and since it is going to be a raw type of dish, you want to keep down the mildness of the tartness of the onions. Garlic is the center of all good taste. We're also going to be using ciabatta bread. I happen to like the ciabatta bread a little bit better only because it tends to crisp up around the edges a little bit more, and it soaks up some of the juice from the bruschetta. Now when you're cutting the shallot, you want to make sure that you do a nice flat blade so that way you have something to keep it on the base and it's safe. A quick peel and a rough chop. Drop and make sure you add your garlic. Drop inside the food processor, and it's really, this is the difficult part. Ready? Hit the button. Now you want to make sure that you get it into a nice, simple, this is going to have to go another round, but you want to make sure that you get it into a nice fine cut because you are going to be eating this raw. And you want to make sure that it keeps moist. Being that you did chop it so small, you want to make sure that the shallot and the garlic don't dry out. So you add just a nice drizzle of EVOO. And if you're not familiar with that term, extra virgin olive oil. Mix once more, and then that part is done. Using a wooden spoon, you're going to scoop out the shallot and garlic mixture with the olive oil. Next, you're going to use some of the saison complete with the salt and pepper mixed in. Eyeball it just to keep the garlic and onion flavored. Then all you're going to do is put saran wrap over it and put it to the side, and next we'll begin cutting up the vegetables. Now that I have all of my ingredients, I've already prepped and washed and de-seeded my peppers. You're going to take the pepper and you're just going to make easy, tiny slices. Something similar to that effect, and then just slice. Next is the wonderful tomato. Now, most people are unaware of the fact that bruschetta is actually, the total meaning is just bread with topping on it. You can really do it with anything, and that's the beauty of bruschetta. It lends itself to whatever your specific taste like. You want it to be substance, and you don't want it to be complete mush, and working with tomatoes, that tends to happen very fast. So you just want to keep them in little tiny form. Next is your sun-dried tomatoes. You're going to do the same thing you did with the peppers. You have your fresh mutts, which you can buy it at any Italian deli, or you can do in your local supermarket. This is just how much mozzarella you like on your bruschetta. And keep it in cubes like this. Now, I'm going to start with my herbs and the rest of the dry ingredients. Take the basil, take the stems, personally because I just don't like them. Then lay them flat and then roll. Then take a good knife and just cut. Okay, so now you can see that beautiful bowl of color right there. And that's why I suggest using different colored peppers, only because it gives it more of a colorful flavor, which reminds you of summer. Now, the Parmesan cheese. Who doesn't love cheese? Okay, you just eyeball it. Depends on your taste. The more, the less, doesn't matter. Then fold the ingredients. You want to be careful because, like I said, you're dealing with tomatoes, and tomatoes can get very mushy very fast. Finish up with the saison complete and just sprinkle it in. Like, again, this is all according to taste. Once again, the beauty of bruschetta. The best part of cooking, you get to taste it to make sure it's exactly how you want it. Make sure you get a little bit of everything. Perfect. Then you just cover, put it in the fridge to chill for about an hour to 2 hours max. You just want it to be nice and cold, and the next step is the bread.
I have already cut my bread into half-inch slices, brushed them with EVOO, placed them on a parchment paper-covered cookie sheet, sprinkled them with Saison seasoning, and placed them in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes until crisp. Now I'm just finishing plating my bread. I sprinkle on more cheese for garnish, and now we can enjoy.
See what happens when you teach your children well? Until next time, have a most delicious day. Bye-bye.